Ladies and gentlemen, be careful of what you purchase on eBay. I purchased 3 Wii U controllers in preparation for Super Smash Bros. 4, knowing full well that GameCube controllers are not going to be supported on the Wii U, and honestly, who likes playing with the regular Wii remote on its side? So anyways, in preparation for the game coming out in the next year, 2014, I purchased three of these Wii U Pro controllers off of eBay. To quote the seller's description of the controllers, 100%, this is just a snippet from it, there's other legitimate looking stuff on it. It says 100% new in retail box, wireless controller for the Nintendo Wii U. It gives the typical Nintendo.com spiel and description of the controller, the typical thing that you'd find at the back of the box, lithium battery, 80-hour battery life, ergonomic design, etc., etc. It came in the official box, as you can see from this slideshow of pictures. The type of auction was a typical eBay auction. Starting at $1, free shipping goes up from there. Seller had a few thousand positive ratings, 99 point something% positive feedback, seems legit. So I do my eBay thing, I snipe 3 of the controllers right before they're about to end. I'm not going to tell you how much I actually got them for. But the guy had 2 auctions a day, one for a white controller, one for a black. The sales went on for about, I'm going to say 3 weeks before he stopped selling them. The black sold for about $8 more on average, so I scooped up 3 white ones for pretty darn cheap price. The first one arrived. It came with this really crappy looking black cable. It had this little radio wave and canceller. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's used for stopping electromagnetic waves and interference, and that might get emitted from the cord as you use it. And I thought to myself, uh-oh, this isn't good. But then I take the controller out of the package and I think to myself, wow, they must have just changed the cord out or something. I was still mad that they lied about it being brand new, but I didn't think much of it. So the controller works and everything. It feels legit. It looks legit from first glance. Anyways, to continue on with my story, the second one arrived. It came with the gray cable you see here. Again, this seemed really fishy to me, so I inspected the controller furthermore. The actual triggers of the controller do not work in New Super Mario Bros. U. Not sure if they're supposed to on the real thing, but these don't work. They do work on the Wii U home menu. I think they zoom it in or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but they do work, just not in New Super Mario Bros. U. When you shake the controller, here's some video footage of a crappy cell phone camera, you can also hear all of the buttons, especially the triggers and the shoulder buttons, jiggle quite a bit. They feel pretty cheap. They go down a fair amount compared to the gamepad, and they rattle a little bit if you can hear it. The analog stick plastic is slightly yellower than the rest of the controller. It does feel gooey, like your typical analog stick should. But you can see a plastic casting seam on the bottom of it, so that's another surefire way of telling that it's a fake. But the analog sticks themselves actually feel quite good. They clack really nicely, they have a fair amount of spring resistance, and they snap back into place really quickly. Here's where it gets interesting. As you can see in the picture, it's the front of the controller. Shiny, looks new, looks good. But take a closer look at the logo. That logo came and arrived full. It looked like the real thing. It looked very authentic. That little piece of the U logo on Wii U, I was able to scratch off with my fingernail. And I thought to myself, uh-oh, this is definitely a fake. Nintendo wouldn't make a product in which you could scratch off the logo. For Pete's sake, you can't scratch the Nintendo logo paint off of the NES. Believe me, I tried. The lights. Here's some ugly looking footage of the lights. On this controller, the lights are blinding. You can see the LED wires light up inside of the controller with blue light. Compared to the normal Wii U remote, the ones on the Wii remote are soft. The lights are nice looking. It looks professional. It has a protective plastic over top of the LED that's semi-frosted. The LEDs do not hurt your eyes when you look at them directly. This fake controller, the lights do hurt your eyes. Like, they're not comfortable to look at. They're very bright. Here's where it gets interesting. I take one look at the back, not even close to being the right sticker. I don't have an official controller with me right now, but I will be purchasing one soon, so I'll find a stock image on Google of the right sticker. It doesn't even look close. No battery disposal information, nothing. I'll read you exactly what it says. I'll read you the important stuff. I'll put all the other fake stuff on the screen. This device complies with Part 15 of the FCC rules. The Federal Communications Commission. Yeah, I'm really sure that Nintendo has a lot to do with that. Operation is subject to the following 2 conditions. 1. This device mar. Yeah, that's right. Mar not cause harmful interference. And 2. This device must accept any interference received. Okay. Including interference that may cause undesired operation. Terrific. For customer service, and then in the little box, support.nintendo.com. That's actually legit, and then it has the 1-800 number. I'm assuming that's for Nintendo customer support. Patents pending, made in China. Nintendo has no pending patents for this controller. They wouldn't release a controller that has pending patents. And then it has a few little other code information there. But it gets better. When you look right below the off-centered hand-stuck-on sticker, you can see a logo that was cast into the plastic, like when it was made. This is what was cast into the plastic. The logo says Nintendo. Not Nintendo. Nintendo. The T is an I. At this point, I started laughing my ass off because I knew the seller was screwed. Positive feedback up the butt, and he's a fairly new seller of these controllers. Spoiler alert, this story actually ends happily. So I contacted the guy. Pretty quick response. I tell him that I want my money back for these fake controllers. I wasn't the first buyer of his controllers. They've already received feedback of these new fake controllers. So what he tells me is that their supplier encouraged them that these things were the real McCoy. They had no idea that they were shipping out fake controllers. Their policy was buyer pays return shipping, or they could pay me $8 per controller, and I keep them. I paid a lot of money for these controllers. I'm not shipping a fake product back at my expense. So I tell it to them straight. Not only are they illegally selling a product that was only meant for sale in the Americas, but they shipped the wrong product, which was also a fake. I threatened legal action. I could easily win with a case like this. I've seen eBay cases go way better than this, and the buyer still wins. So, after I sent that message, they told me that they would pay for the return shipping and issue me a refund before complaining and encouraging me, to resell the controllers here in Canada where I live. I'm not gonna do that. It's a fake controller. Do you think that the average citizen of this country is a moron? Give me a break. I couldn't fool a shady pawn shop owner. Long story short, I'm about to ship these pieces of junk back to the guy. He can keep his knockoff. Listen, to summarize, never, ever, ever, ever buy Nintendo or Sony or any accessories or consoles from China. China has a console ban right now. That might be lifted later on this year, but for now they have a console ban. They are not legally allowed to sell official consoles from China or console accessories. That's where they're produced, but they're not allowed to sell them on a consumer or market basis. Japan is the place to buy these things from, and even then you might not get the real product, or you'll get a product that doesn't work on your power input. Do not buy electronics on eBay from China ever. As far as I know, this is the first article of YouTube video I've seen of these fake Wii U Pro controllers being sold on eBay or anywhere to the Americas and whatnot. So be wary. You might not get as lucky as me. The seller could say sales are final and then you're screwed. Just be careful. Just be careful. Don't buy this stuff from eBay, especially from China. Buy this stuff brand new, because this thing's a piece of junk. Don't be stupid. Don't buy this stuff from eBay ever. Have a good one.